Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally biting the bullet and getting the rod bearing service done for my E92 M3. Yeah, it's obviously one of the most talked about maintenance issues with these cars. And as I said in one of my previous videos, I still do believe that the issue is blown way out of proportion. But not knowing the full history of this car, it's been through a few owners, and I've put 11,000 miles in the car since I got it about 4 or 5 months ago. It just made sense to just get it out of the way, pay the couple $1,000s to get it done, so I can have that peace of mind. So yeah, as you can see, I have all the parts here. We got motor mounts, bearings, bolts, and then also an oil level sensor because mine is shot, and definitely very important to know the oil level in an S65. The boys at Eurotech Motorsports, otherwise known as Farley Eurotech in Natick, are going to be doing the job. You supply all the parts, and they do it for a flat labor rate. Very, very reasonable price. It's about an hour for me. So as long as the bearing doesn't spin in the next 60 miles, knock on wood, we should be good. And let's hit the road. At a time when filming yesterday, dropping off the car, there actually was nothing parked outside, so I didn't get any film there, but the car is now in the hands of Eurotech, and I should have it back in just a few days. So we'll pick up the video on hopefully Thursday when I go to pick it up and the car is all set, and then there'll definitely be some stuff around that I can show you if I'm there within business hours. So it'll be a few days for me, but magic of editing, it'll just be a few seconds for you. Let's fast forward to picking up my car. You now join me a full 8 days after the original drop-off date of the car. There's been a few delays with getting the servicing done, but it is what it is. The car will be done in a few hours, currently at work. So I'm gonna hop on the train, go pick up the car, and talk about the damage, what it costs to get everything said and done with parts and labor. So fast forward a few hours and see you with the car. Alright, it is now the next day. I clearly have my car back with me. So why don't we head back to the house, pull up a chair, and discuss the ever important question, how much it cost and why did I decide to actually do this, despite in one of my last videos talking about how I think the stigma around rod bearings is blown way out of proportion. But yeah, let's go for a quick little drive back home and then discuss there. So yeah, here we are. I spent some time writing down all of the separate costs for individual parts as well as labor to get this job done. An important thing to note is that my cost will be slightly higher because I also had to get an oil level sensor. The old one I had was not working whatsoever, so that is a bit of an expense that's extra compared to a standard rod bearing job. But yeah, running down the list, you have motor mounts, bearings, bolts, labor, oil filter, and then the oil level sensor. The motor mounts came in at $110.86. The oil level sensor was $239.05. The bearings, which I got 1/1000th of an inch oversized to get a little bit more clearance, and bolts combined were $589.44. I did go for the ACL bearings as opposed to the BE bearings, which a lot of people go for the BEs simply because they have the name behind them, but the ACL bearings are about a third of the cost and are virtually the exact same thing. I spent hours on forums getting opinions on this sort of thing, as well as speaking to some master mechanics behind it, and they said there's really no difference, so saved myself a good chunk of money there. And then the labor, oil, and oil filter were all combined into one to be a flat $1,500 for a grand total of $2,438.16, including the oil level sensor, or $2,199.11 without it. So now let's move on to the elephant in the room, which is, why did I do the rod bearings when just a few videos ago I was talking about how I think it's blown out of proportion in terms of people being super afraid that these motors are going to blow up because of them? And the answer is pretty simple. I did not have the full history of the car. Obviously, I was not the original owner, did not buy this car from new, and so I wanted to play it on the safe side. I will insert some clips of the used bearings here, some photos and videos of them, to show that they're worn. You can actually see specifically on cylinder 2, there was some pretty bad scoring, but in general, I've definitely seen a lot worse from other people online that got this job done. But yeah, overall, I'd say I'm glad that I did it, just to get it out of the way, peace of mind, can stack 300,000 more miles on this without really worrying about it, because I know how I'm going to treat the car, and I didn't necessarily know how the previous owners treat the car. So I do still think that it is blown into proportion. It's a very, very slight or small percentage that actually fail. I have a good friend that has owned an E90 M3 since new, has about 140,000 miles on it. 30 to 35,000 of those have been on the track, and he's still on the original bearings, and he will never change them. But that's okay, because he's owned it since new, and he knows how he services his car. He knows that he's always babied it when it's not up to temperature, and there's really no reason to worry when you've done all those things. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video today. I want to give a massive shout out to Farley at Eurotech Motorsports in Natick, Massachusetts for doing this job. Simply the best around. If you're in the New England area and you have some European performance cars that you want serviced, or just regular European stuff, feel free to swing by his shop. He's got great rates, super friendly, very knowledgeable. Anything from X3s to 720Ss and anything in between. So big shout out to them. They took some photos that throughout the job. They took some photos of the car with it all torn apart, talked me through everything that they saw, and I'll include those there just to show for the video. And I think that'll do it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're into this sort of thing. I will be posting pretty regularly, and I'll see you in the next one.